How's it going, everyone? I'm Donovan and this is How to Happy. In this video, we're gonna be talking about luck compared to hard work. So, if you see somebody on TV, right, like somebody in the NBA, you might think to yourself, wow, they're so lucky that they were born tall enough to be able to get into the NBA. Or if you see someone, that's a lawyer or has a really big successful business, you might think, oh man, they got so lucky that they were smart enough or that they made the right deals or whatever, right? A lot of times it's easy for us to just put accomplishments that we're envious of into the category of luck. However, for the most part, if you dig a little bit deeper into anyone's life, especially if they're successful, you're going to find that those opportunities came as a result of a lot of hard work. When you, or even they themselves, right? Because a lot of people will say this about themselves, say, oh, I just got lucky. It negates all of the effort that was put in to get to that point, right? A lot of times, yes, there is an element of luck. I'm not saying that luck doesn't exist, but a lot of times if you're working really hard, opportunities are going to show up and then you can capitalize on them by being in the right place at the right time, or by doing enough that you make enough connections or make enough content or do something at a large enough scale. There's a good chance that an opportunity will become available to you. The reason I bring this up is because if you look into people's stories, a lot of the luckiest people are also ones who are getting a lot done. So let's take, music, for example. Let's say you want to have a music career, right? If you're making a video every single day, you're gonna have a far better chance of a video going viral. Now, you might be the person that gets lucky. You might only make one video and have it go viral. However, statistically speaking, the person who's making a video every day compared to the person who just makes one video, they're far more likely to have that luck fall on their head, right? It's the same as if you were trying to start a business and the guy that only tries to go and make one deal compared to the one that continually goes out trying to make deals. Statistically speaking, they're more likely to get lucky and end up landing that deal and getting what they're searching for. The point of this video is not to dispel the idea of luck completely, right? It's not to say luck doesn't exist, it's not even a factor. It's definitely a thing. It's just that I want everyone to feel and understand that they too can have luck in these types of ways. They can open up opportunities by continually working at what they want to do. So let's go back to the music example, right? You are far more likely to get the kind of exposure you want if you're continually, making music, playing shows, networking, doing all this stuff, as opposed to just sitting at home waiting to be found, right? I know a lot of musicians who only have a handful of songs, only mess with music occasionally, but want to build a huge following. Well, it's not going to happen. Most likely, you're not going to get that kind of luck unless you're actually out doing the work. What I'm trying to get at here is that taking consistent action towards your goals and dreams is gonna produce results, right? Even if you don't get lucky, so what? You still are going to build slowly onto something until eventually you will have something worthwhile. So let's go to our music example again. If you put out one song every week, and you did that for 5 years, even if you didn't have a lucky event happen where suddenly your fan base grew a ton, you incrementally would have probably built a pretty large fan base. And on top of that, you have a huge collection of music that people can go through. Now, maybe a song a week is too much or whatever, but that's not the point. The point is just that consistent work and consistent creation is going to build something for you, and more likely than not, one of those 200 songs or whatever that you made by working on a song a week might have a chance of someone seeing it and then giving you a further opportunity to really rapidly scale up. The first counterpoint that somebody's probably thinking of or going to bring up is that, well, I know a lot of people that work really hard, but they never get lucky. Nothing ever seems to happen for them. Nothing ever seems to pop up. Now, this is an important point because just because you're working hard doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to work your way into certain opportunities, right? You also need to be paying attention to the broader picture. You need to be strategizing about what you're actually doing if you want to get lucky and see these opportunities come up. Again, let's go back to the music example. So let's say that you're working hard and you play 5 shows a week, but you play them all at one really small venue in a really small town. Now, yes, you might be working extremely hard and maybe you're even coming up with new music every week. But the problem is that you're not looking at it strategically, right? You're just working hard, but you're not working hard in a way that's going to open up opportunities for you. This is why you can really, really be working hard and not see any of these lucky events fall in your lap. You need to be thinking strategically as well if you want to have a better chance of these opportunities opening up for you. Every once in a while, take a step back from what you're doing and look at the results. If you're building something, if things are growing, if things are trending in the right direction, then that means you're getting a little bit closer to accomplishing what you hope to accomplish. If you're not getting any closer to the goals that you have set for yourself, you need to look for other ways to pivot. Now, you might be totally happy just playing the same little place every day. That's totally fine. But what I'm talking about is people who are thinking things like, well, I just really hope that I get famous, but they're not working in a way that's conducive to reaching that goal. They're not working on things that could open that opportunity for them. So that about wraps up my rant on this subject. I won't go over it anymore, but the point that I'm trying to get across is that when you blame success on luck, it takes away a lot of your personal ability to work hard to achieve results, which is true. That is something that you can do. Hopefully, knowing that you're capable of achieving these kinds of results and getting lucky as well inspires you to actually start taking action and moving towards what you'd like to accomplish. Let's move on to the exercise section. All right, number 1, what can you work on to create more opportunities for yourself, what some might call lucky? 2, what opportunities have you seen lately as a result of your actions? Should you capitalize on any of them? That's all I've got for this video, so as always, if you have any questions, comments, topics you want me to cover, throw them down in the box below and I'll get to them as soon as I can, and I'll see you next time.
You can check out more content at howtohappy.com. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you can stay up to date on the videos. We've also got a Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook that you can check out. Reflect, take action, and enjoy life. See you next time.